Alright, buying the m91 rifle or any surplus rifle from a online distributor wholesaler. Two of the main ones I use is AIM Surplus, really nice people to work with, and JG Wholesale is another place that has a lot of these surplus guns. Plus there are several smaller places. Usually their price would be a little bit higher or close. The best buys you're going to get are at JG Wholesale and AIM. And there's two ways to buy. One is to have a curio and relics license. That's where you have it's called a collector's license. It's issued by the federal government. And it is not an FFL, but for guns listed, these antique guns or surplus guns on the list of curios and relics, basically, considered old, obsolete guns. You can use that license to transfer these guns to you without having an FFL. If you run across that CNR eligible guns when you look online, that's what that means. That there you have to keep in a bound book records of what you've bought for your collection, just like a dealer. You have to record and keep records of the gun, the serial number, and everything. And I think it's like 40 or 50 bucks to get this license. And you got to go through the whole licensing process and application. It takes some time. But it's an option if you're going to buy a lot of these guns. It'll save you a hassle, because I'll go over the other way of doing it and the added cost. The only thing is, too, it is not a license to buy and sell. So if you're buying one or two examples or something, or two or three, you're probably good. But I have heard of people buying like 15, 20 pistols, and the guy bought these guns, they were cheap, and when Christmas came, he ended up handing out the handguns to his relatives and friends as gifts. Well, the ATF seen him buy that large quantity of handguns and did come to investigate and basically told him it's for your collection. You can't sell or give away these guns. And he made him go back and collect these guns. They told him, we'll take your license away. So, there's the pro and con of the licenses. There are rules, and there's gray areas, and it's open to interpretation. It saves you a lot of hassle. You don't have to pay an FFL holder. Most of my transfers, I go through an FFL dealer. And so that's a gray area, but it can save you some money, and if you collect guns, it's a good thing to look into. The other con about buying online is you can't see the gun. You can't see the gun, and you do have the options of paying extra for hand select, and I went over it, like a $10 fee, and you have to be careful on that also, because AIM Surplus, if you pay them 10 bucks, what they do is they'll look at two guns side by side, and with round receivers, one that has rough machining marks and one that doesn't, for that $10, they'll pull the one that looks nicer out of the pile or has a nicer stock with no scratches. It has nothing to do with the bore. So check with the company, make sure what you're paying that $10 for. Is it just for a gun that doesn't look beat up? Guaranteed, like this here has a couple scrapes in the wood. This one doesn't. So they would, hand select would give you this rifle, but doesn't say anything about the bore. It may look nice on the outside, have a bad bore. Then there are companies, which I think JG Wholesale has an option in a drop-down box. Hand select for the bore, where they actually clean the grease out and look at the bore and pick 1 out of 5. Usually they pull 5 out of the pile, clean them out, and give you the best 1 out of 5 too, which if the top 5 are pretty crappy guns, you're going to be paying them some money for, basically what you're going to end up with. They charge $30 for hand select of the bore. And that's irregardless of the outside of the gun. So you might get a gun where the wood's scraped up and everything, but it's got the nicest bore out of the 5 that they looked at. So it's an option. I've seen people do it. I've seen people pay for it in a gun shop. And you know, by the time, and this is where going through a transfer dealer. Say you order one of these guns online and you have your dealer fax the FFL over, and that the gun's sent to the shop, the licensed shop, and he does the paperwork and does the background check on it. Usually the fee is about on average $20. I've paid less. I have people say it's $30, when you go in and ask about it. It all depends on the person you're dealing with and how much they're going to charge. My friend, I've transferred so many guns that, when I order a group of 5 at a time, it's one transaction, one paperwork. He only charges me $20 for the 5 guns. So that's another thing to look into, okay, is what your transfer fee is going to be, because that's going to add to the cost of your gun, along with the shipping. The fact you really can't physically examine the gun is a con. You're going to pay a shipping cost, which is like $15, $10 to $15, okay? And then you're going to have to pay a transfer. If you're going through a dealer, another $20 there. So ordering online, it's nice because you can do it 24 hours a day. Like AIM Surplus had a bunch of guns in, and in 1 week they're selling out. So if you got to move quick, ordering online is a way to do it quick. There are some added costs, shipping and handling, transfer fees, which is a downside of it. But it's convenient and you can do it at your leisure. That's one thing. Online auctions is another place, but I'll go over that because online auctions can get strange. But that's like the third option you have of where to buy these is online. And like I said, the downside is it's going to be sight unseen. You have to take the word of the person selling you the gun if you send them extra money, and what they're going to send you. Is it a good bore or a good external finish, looks type thing? But you can call and talk to them about it and, be informed on what they do. But if you have any questions, you should call the company and talk to somebody about how they do it and what these extra fees will get you exactly. I recommend doing that before you just place the order. It's like the third place. And now I'm going to do another video on online auctions, which is a little bit different than an online store or a retailer.